Hey, welcome to my Ultimate Ironman. In this series, you can follow along as I track my progress across this restricted game mode. In this adventure, I want to track my perspective as a casual player and hopefully showcase some of the weird and wonderful ways of playing old school RuneScape. In the last adventure, I made some nice quality of life upgrades for the account, including obtaining protection prayers, building a costume room in my player-owned house, obtaining graceful and proselyte armor, both of which are storable, completed Heroes Quest, completed Monkey Madness 1 for the Dragon Scimitar, and I worked my way up to the Rune Defender in the Warriors Guild. So picking right up where I left off previously in Camtor Mine, I achieved 65 mining and used the bone shards to go from 50 to 55 prayer before my membership eventually runs out. Not wanting to waste the money on a bond at this time, I AFK fly fishing and free to play in the Barbarian Village in preparation for the King Abogi Recipe for Disaster step. This gets me up to 67 fishing, and cooking the fish along the way gets me the 70 cooking requirement I needed. Time to redeem that bond and get back on track. So after freeing the Monkey King, I returned to the prayer training to clear an inventory space, and I obtained 60 prayer. Next, I get a few nice milestone levels, including 50 thieving, 45 construction, 50 crafting, and I even get my hunter up to level 60. From here, I then go on a small farming grind via farming contracts, and I obtain some nice tasty farming levels. I level my farming from level 40 all the way up to 54, all building towards the 65 farming goal I have to unlock the Hispori. Throughout this process, I had built up some herbs, which I was noting along the way, and it was time to harvest the fruits of my labour with some well-needed herb lore training. This was a funny little task, as I really had no clue how best to optimise my inventory, so you will see a lot of juggling as I figure out how tricky it actually is to create potions on the Ultimate Ironman. I got toad legs for agility potions in the Gnome Stronghold. Then as I have the Desert Easy Diary done, I was able to get noted desert goat horns to make combat potions, and I was also able to farm a few limport roots to make some strength potions. I do in the end drop the agility and strength potions, but I do hang on to the noted combat potions for later. Doing this allows me to obtain 44 herb lore, and then with the completion of the Falador Easy Diary, the lamp gives me 45 herb lore, another requirement for Legends Quest. It is then time to work on some smithing, as I also needed 50 smithing for Legends, so I complete Giant's Foundry and I spend some time with Kovac in the Foundry. I go from 42 to 50 smithing. With all the requirements completed, I'm feeling like a legend, and when it rains, it pours. And in this case, it is raining herb lore experience. I use all of the lamps on herb lore, and I get up to a whopping 56 herb lore. So as a legend, I'm able to free Ceramic Vase in Recipe for Disaster and get one step closer to the Barrow's Gloves. This is where I hit an unexpected bump in the road in preparation for trying to complete Desert Treasure. Throughout my planning, there was something I had overlooked. I needed to obtain 12 magic logs. Now, I did dabble in nature implings in Puro Puro, and I was able to achieve 2 magic logs in approximately 1 hour, but this to me was a little too slow and boring. So I decided to switch gears and head to the Kingdom of Karen to the frozen plateau in the north. Enter the Winter Todd. So with the Winter Todd, once you have obtained enough points in the minigame, you can receive a reward crate, and these crates can give some really nice rewards. Although the rewards roll based on your levels, and at my current woodcutting level, I only have a slim chance at magic logs. It's a chance, but it's only a slim chance, so the higher I can get my woodcutting level, the higher the percentage of my chance at rolling the magic logs. So I decide to embrace the cold and set up for the chilly grind. Sporadically, I leave the cold prison to get the odd woodcutting level here and there to try and improve my percentages at rolling for the magic logs, and before you know it, I've got 70 woodcutting and a whopping 77 fire making. Not a single magic log in sight. From reward crates. I do bag some nice pyromancer gear though, and I'm getting some nice decent passive fletching and construction XP, which is an added bonus. Also, prepare yourself for a live recorded clip when I was in the Winter Todd with really poor audio, so take it away, me. Heyo, update time. So I'm not sure where I've left off previously, but right now I am still trapped at the frozen prison. I really want to hate the fact that I'm still here, because almost every account comes here, and I want them to do things a little bit differently. That is until I realised I had to acquire 12 magic logs for Desert Treasure to finally allow me to acquire my Buyer's Gloves on this wild side quest that I have started. Take that to the face, that's fine. The Winter Toad is actually pretty awesome, if only for one thing, and that is the construction XP that I'm actually getting here. I think I started this off at 46 construction, and I'm now up to 51 at this stage. I'm also passively collecting some nice seeds for the future, and a small amount of GP, which is always nice. But those magic logs, trying to get the magic logs from the reward crates, god damn are they starting to bug me. I have pretty much made every wrong choice on my way to try and acquire the 12 magic logs that I need. First, I considered Tarn's Lair Zombies and their weird drop table. They have a 1 in 64 chance at dropping a magic log. It was possible, but at the time it involved doing quests that I was just really not in the mood to do. So I figured, no, I'll try something else. So next up I considered Nature Implings, which is how I acquired these current 2 logs I have. They have a 1 in 10 roll for magic logs, but doing those in Puro Puro, they were not as common as I was hoping, and it was really tedious, something I didn't really want to spend a couple of hours in Puro Puro just waiting for Nature Implings. So next up then I considered just going for 72 woodcutting, AFK until 72, and stew boosting the remainder of the levels, hoping for the best, a plus 3 boost, hoping to get a magic log per successful boost. It would have been tedious, would have taken me some time, but again, long term would have been a pretty easy route, but I decided I wanted to do something more exciting. The alternative was boosting the whole way, or grinding, the whole way till 75 woodcutting, like a normal person I suppose, but that didn't sound fun at all. I didn't want to AFK to 75, it was, at the time I was like 65, it was too much. So that led me then to starting Winter Todd. And Winter Todd, like I say, has been nice for getting the passive construction levels, because construction was on my my list of things I had to do next after hopefully getting these magic logs. I didn't expect it to take this amount of time. So that brings us to now, where we are at the minute. Basically, as you can see here, I'm up to close to 12,000 points. I want to start wrapping up this kill, getting 12,000 points. This is actually my 50th Winter Todd kill, and this should bank me a total of like 50 reward searches. So I just thought that would be a good time to check in for an update. Hopefully RN Jesus is watching along and will give us our magic logs on recording. That would be quite nice, so we can actually finally end this process. Alrighty, we should be coming to the end of this now, and
Bingo. So 50 KC, we went a little bit over, but that's fine. 53 rewards, 51 construction, 70 wood cutting. That should be just under a 10% chance, I believe. Let's get straight into it. Magic logs, please, and thank you. $50 rewards. Let's go. 50 rewards. Gloves, that's a collection log. Didn't have those. I have my collection logs turned off just so it's not spamming my buddy's Discord. But that's a collection log, so that's nice. $12 rewards. Let's go. Magic logs. Mahogany. Magic logs! Get in! Get in, you mother lovely person. Winter toad. Oh my god, that's so. I was not expecting to get those. Holy shit, I was not expecting to get those. That's so nice. 6 rewards left. Get you out of my inventory. Give me those back. Shit. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. The magic logs have been obtained. Diamonds are forever. More Ranar seeds. And that's us. Finito. Right, I will be right back. Alrighty. So we are back. I just cooked the food, dropped everything I didn't need. Everything here I have a space in my looting bag for, so that'll be fine. More importantly, we have 18 magic logs, which means I can actually drop these too. But because I'm a paranoid wreck, I'm actually going to keep them until the step's completed. But what's going to happen from here is we are off to start and hopefully complete Desert Treasure. It does require an Intrana step. I'm going to bank my Pyromancer, that's what it's called. Basically, we are all systems go for Desert Treasure, at least up until the Intrana step, which is going to be our next issue. So, trick or treat. This has been a great day. I'll see you in the next one. So in the middle of trying to complete Desert Treasure 1, I need to visit Intrana to get the silver pot blessed. At this point, I decided the heck with it, and I was just going to drop the items that I couldn't take with me and just hope that I can make the run there quick enough and get back before they either despawn or another player finds them. Luckily, this was way easier than I had expected, and I was able to retrieve everything safely. I was worried for nothing. So after a quick check to see what items I had to leave behind, we make like Forrest Gump and we run. Blessed silver pot acquired, and all of my items picked back up safely. Nice. there we have it. Desert Treasure 1 completed. Ancient Spellbook unlocked, but most importantly, we are finally ready to face the pesky Cullen Romancer. But not so fast. I still needed a couple of quest points for the 175 quest point requirement. So I tackled Heart of Darkness and Death on the Isle, both of which give some juicy XP rewards, but with the 175 quest points ticked off, it is finally time to complete Recipe for Disaster. I put the lamp into herb lore, of course, and it's finally done. Barrow's gloves have been unlocked on the Ultimate Ironman. This will be my best in slot gloves for this account, and I am super happy. Heck yeah. What an adventure it's been. Thank you for tuning into this one if you've made it this far. And well, we got frog feet. Until next time.